Hey everyone. So, I don't know how long this video is going to be because I wrote a lot of dreams that were on my phone. I just typed them into my computer, but let's get started with it. So, the first dream I had a dream where it was like the episode of VHS Beyond, like the movie, and there's a part in the scene where the chick got sucked in a spaceship, and that happened to me in the dream where I got sucked into a spaceship. But before that, I like crawled out like a fallout bunker, and I was a vault dweller, and I crawled out because like an apocalypse happened or war, and some nukes went off. But aliens came by and totally picked me up from my home and sent me up outer space. And soon I was in outer space, and I see two wall-like things shaped like cocoons. So I'm in the spaceship, and I look at the wall, and there's like shaped cocoons, and inside these cocoons or like that stuff, like they peeled out of the wall, and two humans like popped out, and they were like half human, half cyborg kind of people, and they were like future humans, like cyborgs, of course, like combined with like robots, and like they were yellow. Well, they had like this yellow line all around their body, and it was like glowing, and it was like a glow stick, like a skinny glow stick all around their body or something, like in their veins, and you can just see it like this like yellow stuff traveling through their body and that stuff. And it was all pretty cool, and they're like cyborgs. And what's crazy is I knew the cyborgs because they were like people I worked with at Pizza Hut, and there's two of them. So it's funny because artificial intelligence lived, and it turns out their name was Skynet, from Terminator, and so it's Skynet who's running humans now, and cyborgs and that stuff. But humans are actually like capable of living now, but they're just partnered up with like robotic machinery. And what's funny is they still deliver pizza because that's what they have as soon as we came out of the vault and they sent us in the spaceship. They greeted us with pizza. So there's two kinds of people in this dream, in this reality. There's vault dwellers and there's cyborgs. And that's pretty much the end of that dream. And then I had this other dream. Well, I didn't actually have this dream. This is my dad's dream. And this is what my dad told me. So my dad had a dream that we bought a haunted house, and the only way to stop it from being haunted by this ghost chick was if we squirted her with water guns, with like holy water or something like that. And like she lived in this basement. She lived in the basement. Like that's where she mostly like was haunting the place and that stuff. And dad, the only way to get to this basement, you had to climb down this ladder in this like square hole or something. And as dad is going down the ladder, he hands me the water gun so he can go down safely and that stuff and doesn't break it. And as soon as dad gets down to the basement, to the floor, he's like, "All right, now hand me my water gun." And I guess for some reason my dad pissed me off in that dream, and I was like, "No." So I didn't hand him the water gun in his dream. So so he's like, "What the fuck?" And I guess he wakes up from that in the dream. He wakes up from the dream, and I guess he likes to believe that I handed him the water gun in that dream. And to that, I say thanks, Dad, because that makes me feel a little bit better knowing that I didn't screw you over and let you die by the hands of an evil haunted spirit. So, so thanks, and you're welcome. Yeah. So that's the dream. We did it. We killed the ghost. That's how we won. I had his so this next dream. I had his dream. I was on a ship in the ocean, and it was like dusk. So it was like about almost nighttime, like the sun was going down, and there was a storm surrounding us, and what surrounded us in the fog was a gigantic colossal giant. So we're in the ship, and we see this gigantic colossal that stands way above us, bigger than the ship, and it keeps attacking our ship. And the only way we're able to stop it from attacking our ship was if we pretended to be dead. So we played dead on the ship, so the colossal stopped attacking us, and we ended up sailing perfectly to the next shore. And what the goal was is in that dream. Why we were sailing on a ship is because my dog died, and we were taking my dog to like this special burial ground. burial ground to like for tribute or something like that on like across like another island shore or something like that. So that's the end of that dream. It was just a short one, but that's what I remember in that one. And then I had this other dream where like a huge storm just happened in like my old hockey team. So a huge storm happened, and my old hockey team like lost a couple of players due to the heavy wind blowing shit and like killing them. Like this wind is blowing heavy stuff and it hits them, and that's how they died. Like that's all I remember like from them in the dream. And like after the storm passed, we gathered around this grass field to like condone our team's losses. And after the storm had passed, like it was kind of weird because after we were done giving our condolences, we all put on our jerseys and we decided to play a game of hockey right there on this field, which I don't even understand how it turns into ice and that stuff, but yeah, like we just witnessed, we just got done paying respect to our losses, and then all of a sudden the game starts. It was kind of random and weird. Like I don't know, the dream didn't feel like it was at the right place because we were on a field, so it was like, where's the ice come from? But the ice just appears. But that's the end of that dream. So yeah, oh yeah, and basically also in that dream is instead of picking up like so our town was trashed, but instead of picking up like stuff to like clean up this our town, we just decided to play hockey. So there's trash everywhere, but instead of that, we play hockey. So shout out shout out to the teammates in my dream. And then let's see. This last dream I had was kind of a nightmare. This dream was a nightmare, and I'm gonna explain why. So I had this random dream. I was at a random house, and I was talking to this couple, and they were pissing me off because they're trying to give me dating advice, and I don't need any dating advice. Like I just want to be left alone at this moment of time in my dream. But they're trying to give me dating advice until their time is up, where they leave on a date, so they leave me at their house with their kids, and I have to babysit their kids that weren't even mine. And I had to like, yeah, there was like a couple of them, like couple kids and that stuff. And this couple were leaving me to babysit the kids, and they walk out, and I'm in stress, like I'm in like frozen moment, and I see on my side is a kid crying his ass off, and I'm just, my ears are ringing from the noise of him screaming. And then I hear other kids in their rooms like trashing the place, trashing their rooms. I just hear things breaking, and like just hear like huge commotions and screaming, and I'm over here like petrified, like, cuz I hate kids. I hate them. And it sucks cuz like I have to babysit these kids. And I'm pretty sure that in the dream the parents were going to pay me and that stuff, but there's no way I'm putting up with this bullshit. So whilst there's commotion happening, screaming everywhere in the house, I'm just walking at a very calm pace because I don't want to show any sign of distress, because then that's going to trigger something, and I know it's going to trigger something. So I keep walking as calmly as I can to the front door, which I open. I walk out. As I shut the door, I can hear all the screaming and all the sounds, just silence, just from the door closing. And as soon as I feel free and stress free from all of that screaming, and like abandoning all that shit, I felt pretty good. But the dream ended. So I'm just glad it was a dream and I didn't have to put up with that stuff. And I'm glad definitely in my dream that I was not putting up with that shit. So thank God in my sleep I was not putting up with that shit. I walked out, and I'm glad I woke up, because that was a fucking nightmare, dude. So it's the end of those dreams. Till next time, peace.